Hello guys, today we're going to be getting back into our Call of Duty 5 custom zombie mapping tutorial series. I know it's been a while since I've done this. I think it's been almost like 2 months now. It's just a very stressful time for me this year, and it still is a stressful time, but I will try to get back onto a schedule. I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but right now it's just been so stressful for me. So I'm going to try to get back into my YouTube uploading. And today we're going to be going into fixes for our Call of Duty Zombie map. Now, I've had a lot of comments lately saying, those of you who have went a step farther than I have in the tutorial series and went to compile your maps have gotten where they've spawned in campaign mode with a compass, or they've gotten script compile error, blah, 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 or they've had other problems, and that is due to the fact that I did not set up the initial tutorials properly, which is why I'm going to be going into that today. Now, some of you also state that you don't have certain files, like Pack-a-Punch files, weapon chalk files, stuff like that. I also realized that it was a simple mistake, but before I brought the first tutorial series, I had already had all my stuff installed, so I didn't think about it. But you're going to need something called Sniper Bolts Tutorial Prefabs for DRE style maps. This includes Pack-a-Punch, Power Switch, Mystery Boxes, all those files. So if you're missing those, the link is in the description below. The installation is pretty simple. You just extract the files to the root folder of your Call of Duty World at War installation. But if it is requested, then I will make a short, brief tutorial on how to install the Sniper Bolt tutorial prefabs. Now, assuming that you have those installed, we are going to go ahead and continue on with how to compile our map. Now, right now, if we went ahead and ran this map, we would get errors because we don't have all these scripts right. So, we are going to use our a, a script placer. And what this basically does is creates a map file for you automatically and places it for you. All the scripts are automatically built in, and you don't really need to do any work. It basically does it all for you. Now, this was made by Mr. Hanky91 from zombiemodding.com. It is called Hanky's awesome script placer, sexy version, because the regular version is just not enough. So right here, we are going to put our map name. So remember, we need the Nazi_zombie_prefix. Now, the good thing with the script placer is if you remember when we created in the launcher, we could only have Nazi zombie CVE, as it would only allow 3 characters actually after the Nazi zombie prefix. Now, in the script placer, the sky is the limit. We can make any characters. We can make it a full map name. Now, I wouldn't recommend making it gibberish or a long name, but you can make it a lot more descriptive. Now we also have the option of making it a prototype style map or a DRE style map. Most people will choose to go with the DRE style map, but some may choose the prototype. I'm going to choose DREs. Now we're not going to bother with these options. Now we're just going to click generate. Now I've already done that, so I'm going to leave that alone and just close that. So once you've done that, you might be wondering, okay, how do we port our current map into the newly map generated? Now, by the way, if you have done it correctly, you should look, and in this list, it should list the one that you stated in the script placer, YT test, in my case, and an _patch file. Now, we're going to need both of these, and we're going to get into that in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Nazi zombie cave, we're going to press I to copy everything, and then Control-C or edit copy, and this will copy the entire map into our clipboard. Now we're going to go into YT test and Control-V or paste it. You can try this copy selection, but it might override what we had before. Now I've already pasted it for just to make it faster, so I can go ahead and close that, and you can go ahead and close that when you finish that. So when you've done that, you should have your 2 files, YT test and YT test patch. Now these are important files. So what you're going to need to do is generate this one first. This is your actual map. So you're going to need to check off certain ones in the compile level options. You're going to compile BSP, lights, paths, reflections, and you're going to build the flash files. This will be checked off. You're going to need to check mod specific map, and you're going to go down to your map name, and you're going to click compile level. Now I've already done this because it's a time consuming process on the first run. As you can see, a lot has to be done. It has to compile all the textures and everything like that, so I just did it before the tutorial. At the end, you should see success down here and moving to and copying to in these purple lines. Now, by the way, I've got some comments also stating when you want to run the converter, it said DLL conversion version does not match. These do not matter. These are just stupid errors that basically mean nothing. You can basically ignore them. I guess they just weren't debugged out of it. It doesn't really pose a problem. It's just whatever there. I've had that too. So once you've done that, you're going to go to the patch file and you are going to compile build fast files and compile BSP, mod specific map, and the same one, and you are going to click the compile for the patch. Now, I didn't pre-compile the patch because I didn't think about it, but after a certain amount of time, it should take a lot less than the original one, because this is building the entire map file, whereas this is only building a patch for it. So, it's, okay, I'm gonna have to check into that. It should say success for you. I'm not gonna bother right now. So in the mod builder, we're going to go into the mod and we're going to select our map name. So in my case, YT test. We are going to click build mod.ff fast file and build IWD file. And we're going to check off all the files in this list. Now, the reason you would get an error such as script compile error, Colt not found, or Nazi zombie Colt, the reason is because it wasn't checked off in the IWD list. Now we're going to need to check all these off to include them in the mod, or we will get errors. So once we've checked all these and we've checked build mod.ff fast file and build IWD file, we're going to click build mod. Now this mod.csv. We don't really need to touch this right now. That's for when we get into further customizations and modding and custom textures later on. Now, when we build the mod, we should get, this should be fairly quickly as well, down here. I'm just going to let it run really quick. Normally when you build a map or compile it in everything, compiling level and mod builder, you want to see purple lines at the bottom. Purple lines are your friends, and it should say copying to or something along those lines, and it will usually say success where the current time spent compiling is. Now I don't know why this is taking so long. This should have only taken half this time. It's really ticking me off, and my laptop is getting extremely slow, and it's not making me a happy person. So once this is done, you are going to go into run game. You don't have to, and you can just go into the run game, and you are going to use the console. Now to go into the console, you're going to go into your options. We'll go into that in the next video where we will be testing our map. I'm not going to get into that this video because I'm just showing you how to build it. So, once you've done that, I'm getting some errors. I'm going to have to check that out. But once you've done that, you can go ahead and go into your console by using the little squiggly line, which is right beside your 1 key usually, and you're going to type /dev map, Nazi zombie, and then your map name. If you get it right, it should have a spinning Activision logo and load your map. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please leave a like below, comment any questions or comments you guys had on the video, and subscribe. I will be bringing more videos and try to stay back on my schedule. And today, possibly later on today, I will be bringing a PHP video, and I will see you guys later. Peace.